Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Good Game 1 College Esports Championship, especially to Phase 2 of this tournament. And as usual, your host and caster, this is going to be Lucifer. Along with me is Edge, and we are back. And I'm super hyped. You can know from my voice itself. And Edge, how are you excited for this?
Well, I'm trying to keep it low for now, but yeah, I'm super duper excited as well. Now we will be moving on to the phase 2, right? We have already seen 48 teams battle it out for the top 8 positions, and now these top 8 teams, are the best of the best in their groups, and right now, them facing off against each other, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be absolutely incredible to watch.
I agree with you. I mean, we have to see how their journey was, right? Let's take a look at the structure because, as you said, 48 teams is where we started off. They battled it out for 30 continuous days, and it was an amazing performance to be seen from all the teams. They came up a lot of milestones, I would say, a lot of leaps that they took across to make sure a couple of teams take a flawless victory of 5-0 in the phase 1, but now heading into phase 2. It's only 8 teams from 8 groups who have qualified. So, 48 teams filtered down to only 8 teams, which will be differentiated into 2 different groups. And from here, only 4 teams heading to the playoffs. So, a lot of gruesome more battles that we'll be seeing. And I'm looking forward to it because, as we said, right, initially we'll look forward to the best teams and players. Right now, a little bit of a filtration is done to 8 teams. But from here, it's going to be 4 teams and then the playoffs. I am super excited for this whole week.
It is, and now from 48 to 8 teams, and all these 8 teams are playing for a piece of that amazing prize pool that we have, Lucy. I mean, it's just incredible considering all these players are college students as well. Total prize pool of 5 lakh Indian rupees. Obviously, divided into 3 game titles there, but also 1.74 for VALORANT itself. First position, the team that wins the entire tournament will have 80,000 in their bank account, and if you're coming second, you still have 40,000 to work with. Not bad. And if you're still if you're in the third position, you still will be walking away with 20,000 INR. And just not that, we also would like to appreciate the players, the solo players. Maybe their team will or will not be winning or being in that top 3 position, but we still like to honor them with the best player, which is the best award, if you ask me, the most prestigious one, being called the MVP of the tournament. And then we have player of the week.
Yep.
And that is kind of like the one consistent players, 18,000 for the players that are actually consistent throughout the week. And then we have best econ rating, usually for the supports, and best combat score, most likely to be the duelist. But Lucy, we had some incredible Astros and some battle stages.
I completely agree with you. I mean, the combat score, yes, it's mostly duelist, but it can change. We have seen a little bit of even initiators as well as maybe controllers and sometimes even sentinels put up a huge performance and carry their team. I mean, we do have a Sage carry sticker, right? So things like that have happened. But let's talk about today's schedule. I mean, out of 8 teams, which are those 4 teams battling it out in front of each other? That's what it all matters. And today's 2 matches, 2 giants, I would say. I mean, 2 giants from groups. VID Clippers versus CMR Chasers. Second match going to be DSU Panthers versus Pearl Wingers. I mean, exceptional teams. And all these teams in their respective groups, Edge, have taken flawless 5-0 victories. So what is in the bag today? I'm completely not sure.
The first one, VID Clippers, and then CMR Chasers. We know what they are capable of. And yeah, we can say that they were pushed to the limits. But now the true potential will be tested, right? They'll be going head-to-head against VID Clippers, the best in their group. And then the second match, DSU Panthers. They started off 30-0. They ended off really well as well. But then Pearl Wingers, they were a really strong team in their group as well. So both, all these 4 matches. But for now, we'll be jumping into the first match. That is VID Clippers head-to-head against CMR Chasers. And what's the map? It's gonna be Haven. Okay, and heavenly map to start off the phase 2. 3-sided map. What are your thoughts on that, Lucy?
We are heading into a highly attack favored map. I'm excited because CMR Chasers, the team, we saw them, they did not perform well when they started off. They had a hiccup, but the way they came back, I'm really excited if CMR Chasers are starting off on defense, then we see them on attack because their comeback has been exceptional compared to every team out there. I mean, VIT Clippers, DSU Panthers, anybody, Pearl Wingers, you name it, they've had their exceptional performance from the start itself, whether it's attack or defense. But CMR Chasers are one of those teams that I've seen as a comeback team. I mean, Clippers, we have seen them, they've beaten Super Clippers and they've come here. So if they've beaten a team which has Super in the name, I think OG is always the best, right? So I'm really excited, and Heaven going into a spike planting map. We are heading into a highly attack favored map, but over the duration we have seen it change across teams, making it defense oriented in terms of their play style. Do you think that is going to happen today?
Well, it might depend, but everything depends on the agent selection here. So I mean, Sova usually will be the pick, but yeah, right now agent selection is the way to go, Lucy. I mean, it all depends on the agent selection that we have right in front of us right now, and we see a Jet and Sage insta logs there coming in from CMR and VIT respectively.
Two opposite poles, don't you say, Edge? I mean, Jet being instalock is something that we have seen eventually, but seeing Sage pick instalock, I mean, we know these players play their respective agent lineups, but it's something that insta locks are like Sage coming up, and still the duelists have not been picked from the side of VAT Clippers. But let's talk about more of
Choose
the
your
agent
agent.
lineup in some time. But with just given the names, who do you give your vote to take up this first matchup? Who's your prediction going to be?
Well, it's looking at the names and the picks. My vote might be on the side of CMR Chasers because just because of the players like Daichi and players and everyone else. But on the side of VIT as well, all of the players are really good, and we see a Phoenix, Astra, Reina, Sage, and Cypher picked up on them. Pretty basic, but they'll be starting off on the defender's side. So yeah, Astra picked up on both the sides, and CMR Chasers they have a Sky as the initiator, Astra once again, a Sage, a Killjoy instead of a Cypher, and Jet. And with that being said and done, Lucy, phase 2, day number 1, match number 1, VID Clippers going head to head against CMR Chasers. It's gonna be lit.
Right there.
I completely agree with you. Let's go. My prediction for this, I think I'll keep it on the side of VAT Clippers. Even though they don't have an initiator, we have seen them to be one hell of a menacing performance that they put up, right? So, because you went for CMR Chasers, I'm going to try and support the other team. So, let's see. Starting it off, one thing that, as you said, right, Edge, we are missing off an initiator from the
Let's
side
see
of VAT
now.
Clippers. So, their defensive half
Is that
needs
a
to be
weapon?
really good. They do have a double sentinel setup, and Cypher, as you keep
That's your
seeing, and
weapon.
we have seen him, he has an ability to put up his utility all across the map without letting go of anything, I would say, in terms of range, right? So I think his presence is going to be very crucial, and keeping him alive till the end of maybe a retake and things as such might prove crucial. But we have also seen some people using that Cypher to be a little bit aggressive and lose out those matches. So I'm hoping Actual, along with his team, has a really good strategy of playing behind. Sage is going to be a really great pick on this map because, yes, three sided, anytime you have a resurrection available or even heal your teammate, it's going to be very crucial because that fight, the health advantage that you can give when you are at maybe a 4v3 situation, but still it ends up being a 3v3 just because one of your players is low, right? So getting that heal online is also going to be very crucial. So I'm looking at it. An initial pause has been put up. Maybe a technical one will be resuming very soon. But with the four starting off, do you think it's going to be an aggressive fight coming in from the side of Clippers, or are they going to play passive and read their opponent? What do you think, Edge?
Well, yeah, I definitely agree to every single point you said, but I just want to add one more thing. That Cypher versus Killjoy. That's gonna be something to look out for, right? That is the fight, and I think that's gonna be the major factor on who wins this match. If you ask me, to be honest, because Cypher,
True.
he has the global presence, but at the same time, Killjoy can absolutely hold on to an entire side and also flank if they're if they want to go A, then they can put the turret towards A long. And if they're going C, then C long. But if they're going B, then somewhere around mid. But apart from that, Killjoy has its disadvantages. At the same time, Cypher has a little bit of a disadvantage with those ships. Not always working in his favor. It can be broken with the Trailblazer and also
They
with the
jump out of it.
no yeah. There's no shock darts, so no shock darts will be breaking it. With that being said and done, pistol round. Here we come.
Yeah, at the starts we can see a couple of goals being picked up from both the teams, but right now a very slow game. None of them are aggressing, but looking at the fight, I think it's heading to A, and slowly they're heading into shot. The spike is still towards B and C. I would say garage. Maybe there might be a rotate. They're looking forward to make some noise. Trailblazer going down. They're looking for information. Stars, they can see there's going to be the Trailblazer destroyed. Behind it, there's going to be two people rushing in, but they don't go into the side. They're just holding that short angle. But now the fight's still not has been initiated. Both the Nebulas being popped up. Nobody's pushing through. So still a very slow-paced game. No fights or no health damages being done.
Cage 55 seconds. And now looks like they have to commit to C, right? That Cypher cage has been triggered, and you know that's kind of baiting him out. And now Cypher position is not known. And oh, tripwire. That's exactly what Cypher does. Might get another one. It's gonna be Hardy actually with the headshot on to trip. And now AZ gets another one. Cypher and Hardy doing a lot of damage, but Fade gets a double kill of his own. Now in a 1v3 with 30 seconds on the clock, he does have a spike available, but doesn't look like there's much that he can do. He will get one more kill before going down. He gets a 3k for himself, but eventually the round goes into the favor of VIT Clippers.
VIT Clippers off to a great start. The initial First Bloods were also in their favor. They brought themselves back, but Fate, with a beautiful 3k for his team, tried as best as possible just by being an initiator. But it's a pistol round, right? So a couple of teams do lose it, but right now a complete eco. So this eco advantage should be taken by Clippers easily. And did I see? Okay, wait. I saw Harish picking up that Vandal, but immediately he said, let's not do such a huge investment immediately in the second round, because they haven't played with CMR changes. They've played with them in a different group. So making that hard by immediately, not a great call. But right now still proving. Okay, he picks up that Vandal in the last moment and does the damage, and it's going to be a 5v3. Clippers still at a huge advantage, both economy, health, as well as numbers.
Down mid.
Ooh, that wall from Sage, man, that was really cheeky, and they did not expect that to have a gap in there. But yeah, now the Vandal hasn't taken away, and he will actually get the kill as well. And Hardy once again getting a 3k for himself. Now Fade is the only one alive once again in a 1 versus 5 with the classic in his hand. There's not much that he can do. Maybe get a kill, but apart from that, I don't think there's anything else that he can do, Lucy.
Again, it's all up to Fate. I mean, ironic, but what can you do, right? At the end of the day, it's all up to Fate. So maybe his Fate turns around in the third round, but as of now, in the second round, it does not look great. He gets wallbang as well. They're not letting him go. The Spectre has been, the Spike has been recovered. He's trying to maybe try for a Spike plan, but there's just too many people. There's he needs to at least get one frag to get that Spike down, but Null will say no to it, and that's going to be Fate's last. Heading into the third round, everybody's gone a miss from the side of CMR Chasers. This is what I was talking about, right? Now it's going to be their full buy round. How they perform from here on might give us a good idea about how the first half might mend off. Otherwise, it's all about good luck in the second half. So the round differential is going to be very crucial.
It is going to be crucial, run difference always. And right now, if you take a look at the scoreboard, it's just Fate with any kills at all on the side of CMR Chasers. Everyone else still waiting to show up, but right now 2-0 in the favor of VIT Clippers, and now full buy going in. If CMR wins this, then everything's equal, balanced out. But if VIT wins this one, then CMR, they have some thinking to do, because then they might be forcing in, but they'll be forced to do that eco or a force buy, right? But look at that positioning, and it looks like it's about to be a B hit coming in from CMR.
They do have a jet, so the plant and the dash can be possible, but his team needs to set him up for that. Still a difficult task to pull that off. Everybody's slowly holding in, but I think it has been read. Garage has been already held. Trip is going to find the first kill on Harish. The Vandal has been dropped. The only good weapon that was there has been dropped. Trip is looking for another one. He finds it, and that's going to be, I guess, the plan coming through. 2 kills. That's going to be the start for the side of Chasers.
That is the start that Chasers needed. Maybe. Not yet, because, the fight has been planted. Whoa. Okay. What the actual hell was that? But now we'll get the kill, and now CMR Chasers somehow on the back foot. But that Storm Grenade might actually delay there. But that Nebula Star on smoke. Oh, that's a beautiful Phoenix wall as well. He's gonna be pulling in anytime soon. He actually comes out. Will get the kill on to Phoenix. He has enough time. Yep, he does. That's another round going in the favor of VID Clippers. But what happened there? I have no clue what happened. Sage and Reyna, both of them could not kill Cypher, who had a Spectre in his hand, right? That should never have happened, Lucy. That should have never happened.
I'm still a little bit surprised over there because actual just with the Spectre completely mowed down 2 people and then things turned around. It was still a 2v2. I'm not even sure how Null just... I mean, not Null, the opponent Astra. That's going to be Daichi who went down. Not sure how he fell off there, but still Daichi and Drake, they haven't been able to do a lot for this team on the side of CMR Chasers. But again, now they're forcing it. Their economy is completely in shatters. They don't have anything to play after this. So this is going to be a very crucial round. But still 4 rounds, I mean 3 rounds done. No answers found. First Bloods did work out, but it fell off after the spike got planted. No post-plant positioning was there.
No post-plan. Unfortunately, I mean, the Cypher there, but yeah, with that being said and done, once again, a forced Baron coming in from CMR. The 3 rounds behind and the barrel has been spotted. As he knows that there's close. Oh no, misses up. That's a beautiful flash. Will take down Killjoy, pulls it down to a 4 versus 5. Early man advantage. Something that is always useful in Seekers. Will be letting out, and right now that flash might be the game changer. They had the flash stage, but never mind. AZ just got a kill on Daichi with the all hands ever had. He will get 1 more. Fade is on fire today right now. He gets 2.
1 enemy
Pulls
remaining.
it down to a 3v2, but he's gonna go down as well.
That's gotta hurt. I mean, Fade doing all the heavy lifting for his team, getting so many kills, but still the side of Clippers are still coming on top. The trades are better. I really like the positioning from the side of Clippers on B side. If you see, there's nobody playing in the side itself. They want to make sure they are able to trade off each other. You saw as soon as it was, I guess, AZ. Yes, AZ came in from A-Link. It was Sage directly going in to B side. Hardy just went in with a wide swing and they had a beautiful crossfire that they could trade off each other on. And player advantage is also easily being gained from them. So the play coming in on B side is good, but right now the Sage Hardy has managed to push out at mid. But look at Harish's position. He is at a very good corner, but gets flashed. His position might be red. But look at that, Harish still comes out of the flash. He gets 1 kill. A beautiful leer to prevent the opponent from getting a kill. But Harish picks up another, make it a 3rd. Harish on an ace. Already at the 5th round, and I think he should be getting it. It's an ace.
Ooh.
On the defensive half. Man, oh man, the side of Clippers, they're feeling themselves. They're ready for the fight. They want to make sure they head off to the playoffs, also maybe with a flawless victory. Is it on the cards?
It definitely is on the cards. I mean, they just wanna, you know, win this particular map at least ASAP. And Harish, that was an insane ace, man. I mean, he was all alone on C side and he successfully defended it all by himself. And right now, it looks like he's going to be the one pushing the attackers towards the ace side. And yeah, Shape will give away his position, but there's no one to actually see that Cloudburst come into play. But I think Sage actually heard it. And the Trailblazer will actually get trapped in the tripwire. And now the Killjoy initiating the lockdown. CMR Chasers, they have a pretty good chance of winning this, but look at the positioning from Cypher and Sage. Ooh, as soon as the smoke dissipates, it's going to be really interesting, but that's going to be the Astra's Cosmic Divide coming into play as well. 2 ultimates, Lucy.
A lot of investment edge. This might work out, but look at that barrier. I think that barrier helped that Jet to survive, otherwise it should have been a free kill going on because they were beautifully revealed. The Drake's position, immediate drop down and connect to the head with a headshot. They will be able to reveal everybody with a neural theft, but Fade is surviving. Killjoy picks up 1 kill. Null comes up along with AC, picks off 2, makes it to a 3v2. The Empress is being popped, and again, disadvantage for the side of CMR Chasers, and they found a loop. They found a loophole there, found that kill. And again, 6-0. Close to first half being done. half of the first half is done, like half of it is already been done, and it's still Clippers being able to answer. Two ultimates being used, still no rounds put up on the board for the side of CMR Chasers. It's looking really hard for them, especially for them to get the spike down, and even if they get the spike down in good terms, they're unable to hold good post-plant positioning. The side of Clippers are just too quick as soon as the spike goes down. They're not giving them a breathing moment, I would say.
Get out of my way!
That was two ultimates being used on the side of CMR Chasers, and still they were not able to close things off. And right now, Sage is in a tough spot. He has to get out, or maybe fight. And I think the fight's gonna be on him. The fight's gonna be on him. Will he get any kills here? He will not. Dicey will be the one getting killed. He puts it down to a forward to but Easy instantly with the trade makes it a 4v4. Seekers being let out on the side of CMR Chasers. Once again, the brainstorm one gets this few shots. Drake will resurrect Dicey, pulling it back to a 4 versus 5. Run it back available. Look at Harris's position here. Oh, Axel once again gets a kill on the fade, and that's the spike drop as well. Run it back being used. Drake will actually get him. Harris with the backstab gets a kill on the Dicey, and now it's looking hard for him, but it's going to be a Killjoy with the kill on the Harris. Pulls it down to a 3 versus 3 here. Trip with a beautiful headshot onto Axel.
Back to a 2v2. Nanoswarm will do some tunnel. The spike is being planted at C. Right now, the post plan which we were talking about needs to be established. But I think they've used up their nanoswarms, and going for a post plan might just get difficult. AZ with a curveball will not be able to flash anybody. But in the meantime, Null is available. Look at that beautiful placement coming in. And I really like this play. Two people trading off on each other, ready for the fight. Both of them going together. I mean, in case there was a 2v2, we would have seen one person going from CT and one person coming out from Garage, right? But here, Clippers, they decide we'll go together, and they're ready to trade off. That beautiful concuss coming in along with that Nebula blocking two different angles. And I would say if that Nebula wasn't popped up at C-Long, then I think Trip would have a good chance in getting a kill. But once he came out of that, I would say, kind of his vision being blinded, he did not know where to look at. So I think that's where he wasn't being able to be precise with his shots. But it does happen, right? That's the reason those utilities are there.
Ooh, the util play, the coordination, the teamwork coming in from VID Clippers is just too much for CMR Chasers to you know, and you know the ironic part. Haven is supposed to be an attacking favored map. And 7-0 VID Clippers on the defensive side. I mean, yeah, CMR Chasers, they have Chasers in their name. And but chasing down 7-0 might even be 8-0 because it's an eco round coming in from them. So chasing down 8-0 on the defensive side of Haven, that's a bit of a weird champ. And ooh, this time dodging the tripwire there, but Phoenix with the flash actually spots out Sage, and now they know that there are players towards the long end shot. I don't think actually spotted Jet towards that long area. Let's see if this turn goes in favor of VID Clippers, then CMR, it's time for a timeout, you know.
True. Timeout is going to be very crucial, as you said, Edge. I mean, this is the thing that we were talking about, right? It's the true testament about these teams' potentials. It's being tested really well for the side of CMR Chasers right now, but a backstab is already there from Hardy. Trip will be able to get one. Null will be able to immediately trade. Fate finds one, but AZ with a beautiful flash will get and take out Fate from B. And right now the backstab is there, but still Daichi gets a beautiful shot with just
one enemy
a bulldog, and Daichi gets another. Drake will be able to trade on his own doppelganger, but the spike has been planted. So right now resurrection is available in Hardy's hand. He can be able to resurrect one, but he's going into garage. That's where Daichi is safely located. And is this an easy kill coming in? No, he gets a 3k with an operator. Daichi, the spin-off coming from him, he was facing towards B opening, and as soon as he heard the footsteps, turned around and operated precision shot coming in. I would say an impact player in this round, 8th round, was Daichi. He managed to turn things around, bring it back to 1v1. In case he would have died, I think again we would have seen CMR Chasers lose. Nonetheless, CMR Chasers put up their first round on board.
First round on the board right now, CMR Chasers. They're gonna be happy about it. at least for the moment. And 6-round lead still for VID Clippers. Let's see how this one goes. 'Cause right now the economy is okay, not too good, not too bad for CMR Chasers. But VID Clippers, they can afford to fight a couple of rounds after this as well. So nothing to worry about the economy there. But they wanna have a really good lead on the defensive side, right? Oh, Reina, he's gonna be pushing. It's all about the timing, and Harish, I'm sorry, will be the one dropping Jet there. And now the Trailblazer will be used to scout out the area, I guess. Never mind. He decides not to do it. He might actually swap for the Randall. He will. Now in the 4v5, 50 seconds on the clock, and the spike is making his way towards the B side. Look at that. Sorry, towards the C side there, but look at Killjoy's position. Towards the garage. This position is crucial right now. His position is the most important one. He makes a bit of a mess there, and okay. That pull not gonna be dealing any damage, or not gonna be
30 seconds left.
Look at Reina. Reina is in the most cheekiest of places, but he's gonna go down. Drake was ready for that. Now in a 4v4, Sage is low. He's gonna heal himself up back to 80 points of health, but Killjoy, as I said, he's the one with the best angle there. He'll get the kill on to now. Instantly resurrected by Hardy here. 4v4.
4v4, make it a 4v3, and a backstab is still being established from Killjoy. No, they read it brilliantly. Bring it back to a 3v3. AZ has spotted out Drake there. He's trying to spray him through that green boxes, but it's not yielding in a kill. Drake will be able to pull back that. Actual comes in, picks up a kill. Daichi with a trade, and Fate eventually answers with the last kill, and that's going to be CMR Chasers slowly coming back. So if they manage to pull back the next 3 rounds, 7-5 is still doable. This is what we said, right, in the initial start. Teams have been able to change this map of Heaven depending on their playstyle into even defense, pulling up a lot of rounds. So here we see the Clippers on the advantage. So if CMR Chasers pull it to a good, I would say 7-5, a doable, not good, I would say it's a doable round difference. And if they manage to do it, I think Edge, they should be able to have a better defensive half, just like how the Clippers are showing up.
Ooh, yep, it might be right now. 7-2, CMR Chasers. They kind of found their way right now, and that's gonna be the Trailblazer being used. Look at that position. He's caught off guard. He's trying. No, you can't dash anymore. Drake will be the one getting the kill on the actual now. Who actually got the kill on the Daichi? Back to a 3 versus 4. Seeker's available, Countdown available as well. But look at Shane. Position. He comes out, turns around. Okay, how is this happening?
You will not kill my ally.
He was never supposed to get 1, but he instead gets 2 kills there.
Going up.
Oh my god, they're back again. Look at this. They've got it to a doable situation. Spectres, we know, run and gun for the win. Maybe Killjoy will be able to find one. Again, misses the second one. Null will be able to pick it, but Null is just with 5 HP and a single bullet. That too to the head, it's going to blow it off. And that's going to be CMR Chasers. As we said, maybe making a comeback here. I mean, still having the initiator. They have been on the back foot compared to the side of Clippers. But maybe their playstyle, as I said, passive-aggressive from the side of Clippers is just brilliantly working out. But from the side of CMR Chasers, they've found that the side of Clippers are doing trades rather than just random pushes, where the side of CMR Chasers are relying on their aim and they're trying to enter a site but immediately being taken down. If somebody takes them down, there's somebody to trade them out. So they should start playing trade games, and slowly but eventually they're making that work, but it's still not great, I would say. So it's going to be very crucial in the next 2 rounds.
Yeah, everyone
Scout destroyed.
Right now, and CMR Chasers the man down, but they're confident, right? And Harish,
Spike down, C.
He did not expect 2 to be there. That's to be Dicey with the trade. The confidence is on point. Right now, 3 versus 3 situation. 1 minute and 6 on the clock, and look at this. Axel is in a natural good position, and I think
you should run.
Known right now. Takes a bit of damage there, but there's a lot of space. There's a lot of space in that out, and the Dicey is ready for the push. Ooh, will actually take down Actual through the wall there. AZ deals a lot of damage onto Astra though. Drake will be planting and also will heal as well. 45 seconds on the clock, a 3 versus 2 retake here.
This is actually a good use of the ultimate. The Killjoy ultimate pushing everybody at C-Link lobby, that was very crucial. And for them to pull back a retake, it does take time. And you can see they're taking their time. But right now, the post-plant positioning is beautiful from the side of CMR Chasers. I would say only Killjoy is at a bad fight there because it's stuck on logs. But Null will be able to find one on elevator. Will be picking up Drake. They're going to check logs very soon. Killjoy finds both. Repositioning perfect. And aim as well with the 3K. That's going to be CMR Chasers putting up the 4th round online as well. And it's going to be the last round that we are heading. The economy completely taken to shatters from the side of VIT Clippers by Chasers, and this was the situation from the side of Chasers when we started off till the first 7 rounds. But right now, Chasers have managed to turn things around and maybe kind of done kind of a mirror fight right now, where they are at a disadvantage in terms of weapons.
Oh yeah, and there are a lot of fans for CMR and VIT Clippers, right? I'm pretty sure they are rooting for their team right now. Once again, okay, that was a bit too cocky is what I feel. You know, popping that Empress out in the open, but run it back being used. Did he retrieve the Vandal? Yes, sir, he did. And he actually wanted to use the hard hands, but unable to do so.
I've got your
But we still have Seekers available. He'll be let out. And play some on Jet as well. It's the last round, so I think he should just use it right now. And Neil Theft and Cosmic Divide on the side of VIT Clippers as well. So that retake is definitely possible. And look at that. Now they know that A C is completely open because none of the Seekers went towards C. All of them went towards the other side. Now,
You are divided.
3 versus 3 retake situation. Cosmic Divide from CMR Chasers being used. There's a Cosmic Divide from VIT Clippers yet to be used.
One thing I'm worried about in this retake is he still alive? I think he has maybe a curveball there to play with him, maybe one, but it's going to be very crucial. But another Cosmic Divide being used from the defender's side. Now it's going to be very crucial. Fate needs to find one kill. The nozzle will be seen. Actual will not see that. Fate will fill off 2 and trip with one of his own. How? You did not see that barrel pop out before the Cosmic? It went down. Not sure what happened to Actual there, but that kill coming in from Fate on 2 people was very, very crucial and very important, and he managed to take it out even though he was at a disadvantage. 7-5 to end the first half. We are heading into the second half. Fate still strong for his team with 11 kills, 10 deaths. But Harish, he has been a very confident player. I mean, the way he's going out and pushing and getting kills and still coming out close to, I would say, 2 kills and then going down. Harish has been an exception player, and that also says to his KD also. He's right at 2 KD right now. Anytime he goes out, picks up 2 and then maybe he goes down.
And once again, the comeback, the mini comeback from GMR Chasers, 7-0 to 7-5, and rightfully so. You know, justifying their name, the Chasers in their name, chasing down that 7 rounds, almost close one. It was like what, 7 round difference, but now it's only a 2. So it's always good to start off the second half with a little less, you know, pressure on your head. Now they only have they only have a 2-round difference, and if they win this pistol round, I think I think it'll be equalize the score. But if VIT Clippers win this pistol round, then things are gonna get really nasty for CMR Chasers, because then they'll be moving on to 9-5 there, and VIT Clippers with those extra 4 rounds, they can make it work, and you know, they kind of want to end this at this really fast. At the same time, CMR Chasers, they're not gonna let VIT Clippers have it that easy.
Exactly. I mean, Clippers want to pull off that advantage, make it higher and higher and close off that round, but it's not going to be easy. But one thing, just as we talked about, where there was a Cypher who can put up a global presence, now there's a Sentinel who can put up a damaging presence. Her turret as well as her Nano Swarm, being a Sentinel, can do a lot of damage. But right now, Trip is looking forward to a backstab that is being read from Actual. And if Trip managed to pick up that kill, it's going to be very important. But right now, the Leer beautifully thrown out. The spike is okay. They managed to fake it out, and Harish will be able to capitalize on top of that, get a kill for his team, open it out. Actual will also be able to read the backstab and get that kill. And look at that, Clippers off to a great start with a 5-3 advantage for their end.
One enemy
make that
remaining.
a 2 versus 5. Make that a 1v5. Actually,
Flawless.
scratch that. Make that a flawless round for VID Clippers. Ooh, okay, Astra. Absolutely loving it. And
The
now
voice
as
lines.
well. I know, right? The voice lines are just too good coming in from Astra. But now, as I said, VID Clippers, if they win that pixel round, things are gonna get nasty for CMR, right? So I think right now they're gonna be on an eco. Just a shorty picked up on
There.
Trip, a couple of shorties on CMR, and VID Clippers with those specters and ghost in the hand.
Going
I
astral,
think
guys.
they're gonna make it 9-5.
And this is a best of one, right? So you either win or you lose. So winning is the best option because it's going to help you go into the playoffs. Right now the flash being used, no information or nobody going out, but a beautiful read, random sprays coming in from Harish and pushes out and run and gun, proving still fatal for the side of CMR Chasers. They'll be able to pick off 2 kills and 5v3 again, Edge.
Placing swarm grenade.
5v3 again, but right now it looks like there's no way that the retake can actually happen here. So this round should go into the favor of VID Clippers if I'm not wrong. But the third place is coming from kills. They actually get spotted. If he jumps once again, his head might actually get popped off. This time, not really sure. Is he gonna jump though? That's the question here. But Sage, he has left that angle. He's trying to make that jump. Not gonna be possible. Drake with the flying there, but in actual, he kind of predicted it. He was waiting for it,
Standing.
and Hardy will indeed get the kill. Oh wait. Ah boy, he actually thought the spike was in the default position. Once again, another flawless going into the favor of VID. 9-5 as we have said. We'll see. 4-round lead for VID Clippers.
This is going to be really tough for them to come back because from here they need to get each and every round. If they let even a single round go, it's just going to build the side of Clippers economy, right? It's going to completely build them. Right now, look at them. They are strong with close to 3k creds, and if they win this round on a bonus, they should be able to even manage to pull up close to 5 or 6k depending on who pulls up n number of kills. Fate right now initially being tagged and they're still trying to pick up that kill. They're rushing on to him, but right now they need to be worried. Judge, you cannot pull off such a range kill, and Null will be able to punish him immediately. Drake will be going down. Heal will be popped up back for that Astra, and they regroup at Garden. Look at them. The way the side of Clippers are playing together as a team is wonderful to watch. They're not letting one player from their own side go away for a fight and for somebody else to take all the force coming in from the opponent. They say, let's go together. If one goes down, let's try to trade that. If one does not go down, let's patch them up, right? We have a Sage in our team, and they are executing it brilliantly. But a crossfire right now does not work.
Hardy. Okay, Harnage actually.
One enemy remaining.
Harnage. But yeah, that's gonna be now nullifying the effects of Killjoy. But now Fate
Yeah.
in a 1-4 to keep the dream
Oh.
alive.
30 seconds left.
Pops off the head of Reyna there, and now in a 1v3 he can actually make this happen because the spike is making its way towards the A side. That's Sage. And Felix and Astra, they're kind of playing it slow, you know. But Fade, he kind of thinks that they might actually rotate back to C or B. That's not going to be the
Spike
case,
planted.
brother, because the spike has been planted on A. 1v3 retake situation, Lucy. How likely do you think this retake is going to happen?
I think Fate should just go for a save right now, but I like the side of Clippers being cautionary, right? So they're going into a side, they're getting the spike down. They could have planted at B itself because they saw Fate was there. They could have made sure they provided one of their teammates cover. They could have got the spike down, but they rotate. The time was ticking and still get the plan now. Now Fate, he has heard the footsteps. He should be able to find one kill, maybe two as well, but he understands that fight is not going to be any more good if he loses his rifle. So he'll be able to run away from there, but they will be able to pick up a Vandal. And I think still the side of Clippers, even though they lose a couple of players, it's still kind of bonus that was they were heading into. And on top of it, they managed to convert, get double digits. So CMR Chasers 5 rounds if they want to make a comeback, and maybe if they want to take it away to victory, 7 rounds back to back. But looking at Clippers, they're not letting even a single round early advantage going away from them.
Yep, VID Clippers, man. They need 2 rounds for match point. And starting off phase 2, with an incredible victory of 13-5 against CMR Chasers. That's a lot of confidence boost coming in to VID Clippers. But right now, let's see what the VID have in store for us this time. Trip is up close with the story. Person is known, but doesn't really matter because he will still get the kill. Instantly traded up by Naldo. 4 versus 4 here, Lucy.
See, there's nobody to trade there. Trip was all alone. Immediately it got it traded. I mean, if he would have put a Cloudburst a second before Null showed up, he could have reloaded and got Null as well as soon as the Cloudburst dissipated. But puts it up as soon as the opponent sees opponent had a rifle, he's going to spray, right? He picks up a kill, and right now back to a 4v4, but still weapon. Huge disadvantage to the side of CMR Chasers. And looking at the play coming in, this should be another free round. But look at Harish, he pops up one more. Nobody to trade him out. Null reads that nozzle, sprays and takes that kill. Fate now knows it's going to be very difficult because 2 people on site makes life difficult. But Fate beautifully able to pick up one more kill. Actual again playing with Harish. The way the side of Clippers are playing together, I'm not sure if there's any way to make a comeback now. Eventually Harish goes in solo, dies, and it's back to a 2v1. Still disadvantage because he's the only person.
Imagine if I died right now.
Oh.
That was a cheat. And Axel might go down here to the flash.
Last player standing.
He definitely will. That's gonna be Phoenix, the only one on the side of VID Clippers, staying alive and securing the round as well. And obviously saving the Vandal, right? And look at the economy on CMR. It's okay now, but if they lose this and the match goes into match point, VID Clippers, CMR Chasers, that's not looking good. And why are they not taking a timeout, Lucy? I don't understand.
I agree with you. Not sure why the timeout is not being called. It's going to be very crucial because this is best of one. I mean, you will not be playing again with VID Clippers and unless and until you qualify to playoffs. So this is going to be your only match. The other matches that you'll be playing is going to be very crucial. Trip with the operator beautifully pops off. Resurrection not available. So that's going to be very crucial. Kill coming through. He's going in for another one. He's eager to get that kill because his team has been on a loss for a long time right now. Even with the second half coming through, they've not found, I would say, the shining light in the second half. So it's going to be very crucial to get this round at least because, as you said, full investment coming from them. If they lose this round, they're back to shatters in match point.
Their economy will be destroyed absolutely if it goes into the last. If it goes to match point and CMR loses this particular round. That's not something they want. That's not something we want too. I mean, it's kind of one-sided as of now. VID Clippers are having a walk in the park. But at the same time, CMR, we know what they can do. And the game
30 seconds left.
over. Until VID gets 13 rounds, CMR Chasers, they have a really good shot at this.
See, the side of Clippers were expecting the side of Chasers to be a little bit overconfident and maybe come out. But they say we are a defense, we are the ones who have a time advantage. But look at this right now. It's going to be very crucial. The star, Nebula being popped up. I thought it would be a gravity well, but again, Trip comes up huge. He takes out the spike carrier. His second shots will be missed. But again, it's going to be Drake coming in for support. And this was very crucial for them. And with timer being expired, there's no way for the side of Clippers to convert that round. But the second half, first round now, it's close to the previous round we saw, right? It's the first half that we saw, not the round, the first half where 7 rounds went off and there was no answer, and now close to 5 rounds being done, and then CMR Chasers find their first round. So it's late, but it's still doable. Match point is not being hit, so you don't have that knife hanging by your head saying that it's at match point, and a single mistake is going to be very, very crucial.
Six round on the board for CMR Chasers. They finally managed to pull one back, but let's see if they can carry on with the same momentum here. They have 4 Phantoms, a Vandal picked up on the side of VIP, and on the side of CMR we see a Phantom, 3 Vandals, and an Operator. And I think it's another pause being called in. Let's see what happens right now. This gives enough time for everyone to talk about the strats, talk about things that's going on. because looking at the things right now, VIT they only need one more round for match point, and CMR they're a long way behind from making it into at least overtime.
Exactly, I agree with you. They are a long way away from making it to overtime, and also maybe pull off to match point, but it's a long way, as you said. They have to make sure they get all the 6 rounds from here on. The operator has been played crucial, but I think Killjoy, we can see on the scoreboard, she looks like she's been disconnected. So maybe CMR chasers, even though they've not called a timeout in this BO1, this can be kind of their timeout, but in this timeout they need to make sure their trades are better, and they kind of commend the game, I would say command the game of how they want to play it. I mean, Clippers right now, I would say they are in the driving seat compared to the side of CMR chasers. CMR chasers are fighting as the side of Clippers come in either from A, B or C. However they come in, they try to fight and adapt to the play rather than, I would say, maybe turn the game around. They do have a flasher, right? I mean, that initiator, if you manage to set it up along with Trip, it's going to be very crucial. They can play together really well. Or nonetheless, put out a couple of flashes, push back the force that is coming in from the side of Clippers, and maybe things can turn around. But these strategies will work if they're 5 men strong. Their confidence is sky high, but if they lose one just because one player had maybe a disconnection of internet, power going down, because yes, everybody's playing from their homes, right? So very crucial. But in the meantime, viewers, for you guys, we just finished a 30-day huge phase 1. Now this is the phase 2, and this is day 1, match 1. VAD Clippers versus CMR Chasers, best of 1 going on. If you're enjoying this, make sure you hit that subscribe, because this week is going to be a phenomenal week, because it's going to be all top-notch teams combating in between and heading over to playoffs with only top 4 teams. So make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, and for all the updates of maybe the upcoming tournaments that you guys want to participate, head over to our Instagram page @GoodGame1 and follow it. That's where you'll get all the updates, and maybe in the next tournament you can have your own team and put up one hell of a show. But talking about the match right now, Clippers and CMR Chasers, the strategies we are discussing about. Killjoy, very crucial player, because as we said, Sentinel, who's able to do a lot of damage, is right now AFK. Still a hard chance for them to maybe try out here and try to convert, but it's still doable in case they manage to play a trade game, right? Play 2 people together, leave one side for a retake, and then maybe things can turn around. If not, if they again go for their solo plays, which we have seen from CMR Chasers from both the first half and the second half, where there was, I would say, less to no trade game, then it would become very, very difficult.
It will become very, very difficult to see. And the AFK player, Killjoy, right? So you kind of have to wait. But look at the actual ping, Lucy. That is a bit too high, isn't it?
Sky high. But like,
Yep.
there's no stutters. I'm really confused. But he's worked it out. Look at him, 12 and 11. I have no complaints.
He's working it out with that ping. He's playing a cipher. He's doing good. He's doing really, really good. But right now, the thing that very Clippers need to focus on is getting that one more round. That puts a lot of pressure on CMR's brains and the minds, And if you break their mind, it gets really easy. Right now, VIT have already done that halfway through. 11-6, CMR Chasers, they're already second guessing themselves. They are not really sure what exactly to do. And if VIT Clippers get that 12th round on the board and bring it down to a match point, I think CMR Chasers might crumble, but at the same time, you never know. They might actually make it work as well.
I'm worried, as you said. Very unfortunate of what we are seeing right now. But it does happen, right? But as you mentioned, I mean, even I actually did not pay close attention to those pings, because I mean, when do we come across it? Only when somebody is disconnected, our eyes go there, and that's where I saw Killjoy. But pings 144. Is that even a possibility of somebody playing with like that high ping? I mean, as soon as I get 100, I immediately lag out. Like I've seen the enemy, but all of a sudden I'm back at defender spawn or attacker spawn. I'm not sure how actually is pulling off because we've not seen him stutter even the slightest of bit. But what do you think about that, Edge? Guess there's a slight disconnection from Edge as well.
Oh,
No
I'm really
issues.
sorry about that.
Oh, you're here? Okay. I thought
Yep,
you also slightly got disconnected just like Killjoy there. Maybe same places you were
Oh.
trading?
Maybe, yeah, I was trying to send my connection to Killjoy there using my telepathy there. But unfortunately, it did not work. Instead, I got disconnected for a sec. But yeah, what were we talking about? What was the question again, Lucy?
I was asking you, like, that 100 ping, 140, 150 that it's spiking up for Axial. I get 100 ping, I try to get a kill and I'm back to defender spawn or attacker spawn wherever I'm playing. But I don't understand how Axial is making it work. Like, is that something that is truly doable?
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, at least I think it is because I usually play on European servers with a constant 180, 170 ping. If the ping is constant with no packet loss, I think it's doable. Like, you know, I mean, you'll still be lagging, but you won't be switching places. But if you have a packet loss or, you know, a really bad ping fluctuation, then would be the, then there might be an issue. But as of now, I don't think that's the case here, and there's just a tech issue coming in from Killjoy. So maybe a couple of more minutes and we'll be back in game. But for now, VID Clippers and CMR Chasers, 11-6 is the score line, Lucy.
Difference of 5 rounds right now for both these teams for the side of CMR Chasers to make a comeback. It's doable. I mean, that's where we started off with a high note for the side of CMR Chasers, right? They have been that team who have made actually a comeback from a double-digit opponent scoreline. So this is still doable for them, but they need to make sure, as we said, the trade game needs to be a little bit, I would say, better. But right now, for all the viewers wondering how long or what is going to happen, we've just heard it's going to be a slight technical issue that we are facing. We should be back. It'll take some time, but in the meantime, to keep you guys occupied, we'll start discussing about strat sets. Let's talk about, see, we don't have an initiator from the side of Clippers, but they're making it work with the double duelist lineup. So I was talking over this again, but I want to really exploit because Fate being that initiator with the kills is also been really good because she's the only top fragger for the team. So I think they have a really good chance if they set up their initiator along with the duelist, and or even if they play with the initiator and another controller and they try to set up and do trade games and get initial frags, I think they should be able to come out of it alive and also maybe a better fight. What do you think, Edge? What would be the better strategy out?
Well, what you said, I think that will work. You know, it's gonna work out for sure. Definitely. I mean, at least sometimes you don't need abilities. Sometimes it's all about the aim. And if wait, are we jumping into the game with a 4v5? Oh no, that's the big disadvantage. That's a huge disadvantage for CMR Chasers, considering the fact they're already down 5 rounds. But yeah, Ace is down to 18 points as well. But that's another case. 5 rounds behind, and they're playing 4v5 here, Lucy.
That's gotta hurt. A 4v5 that we are heading into. We waited for as long as possible. There's going to be rules, there's going to be consequences, and that's where we are heading into. CMR Chases with the round differential disadvantage and now a player disadvantage. It's not looking good. But right now, the side of Clippers, they're playing it very slow. Maybe they also understand, even though it's a 4v4, CMR Chasers are not some team that they can rush into and get a kill. Because look at AZ. He's dropped down to 18. He does have ultimate to use and make sure gain entry. But look at that timing. Both of them together. The Empress as well as the run it back being popped. They clear the side, but there's going to be one person hiding near the logs. That kill needs to be picked up, but Daichi whiffs, and it's going to be Harish with the Empress laughing it out and start things off and gets C comfortably for the side of Clippers.
Ooh, Sema Chase is now in a tough spot. 3 versus 5 retake. And Hardy, okay. Did he, did he just get the kill through the smoke there? Unfortunately, he did, and that's gonna be the kill on the Sage there. Now on the Jet, I believe. Yep, a 2 versus 5. And this round is pretty much done and dusted. There's no way they can retake, but they kind of have to go for it. Otherwise, it's going to be match point. Harish will pop the head off of Fate's body right now. And Sage might go down as well. Will he himself back to full points of health? But that's about it. There's no way he can clutch it. Drake will get one. They get the information that one of the players is AFK. 12-6. Match point for VIT Clippers.
Match point.
Match point, very unfortunate. Now they also have the clue that it's a 4v5, and I think this should be just a very aggressive push coming in from the side of Clippers, because 4v5 and not having a sentinel like Killjoy, it's going to be very difficult. But voila, Edge, we're back to a 5v5. Killjoy has found the light out of the cave for team. Well, Astra, man, come on! Like the lines coming in for Astra. I guess she's the most talkative agent in the Valo lineup.
I think too. Oh no, how did he miss that? For a second, I actually thought he's gonna land the shot on Harish, but that's not gonna be the case. It's gonna be the Killjoy initiating the lockdown on the defender side, and now they're gonna be pushed back. So B is completely open. C, there's only Ash there. So they might actually make a full rotation, or they might actually go back to A. That Trailblazer will not be spotting anyone there, Lucy.
Still playing together, still playing. Ouch, ouch. As I was trying to say something, a free kill being walked right into Harish's hand. I mean, the way, the angles that he's being holding, he will take the free kill any day. But right now, Fate will be able to find one. Will do a little bit of a damage, but AZ will be able to trade that off. And look at Harish. Sneakily, he's pushed off. He should be able to get himself popped off to heaven. That should be an easy kill coming on Jet. Jet will be able to spot one out, but he does not read. There's going to be a guy right behind him. Is it going to be a knife kill? And he does it. He goes in. That's going to be a salt being rubbed right at the wound of the side of CMR Chasers. And right now, all for the side of closing this match, it's up to Drake, the Sage.
Says, can he turn into a battle series right now? He's in a 1v3 situation. The clock has been, Spike has been ticking for a while. He might actually make it work, or maybe not. Drake will get the first one. He does have the resurrection available, but he's going to be using it on Jet, who will take a lot of damage there. And now look at that backstab coming in from Null. That is going to be it, fellas. Drake will go down. There's a bit of a BM coming in from Null there. Tried to knife him, and right now Drake is being played. He is being played. Oh boy, that's a beautiful game coming in from VIT Clippers. One round, it was a 4v5, but not much of a difference if you ask me. But nevertheless, it's going to be VIT Clippers coming out on top, 13-6. I mean, Harish was going ham right from the get-go there, Lucy.
Oh, I agree with you. He was on his own. Like, I would say, even though the side of Clippers were playing together as a team, Harish was on his own. Like, he was ready for the fight. The confidence on him was exceptional to watch. 2 KD again for him. First bloods, 8 for him. And on the side of CMR Chasers, it's going to be Trip, who's with 5 first bloods, 12 kills, 18 deaths, a negative KD for him. It's not looking great. Fate with a 1 KD, no first bloods. He has been that player who has been turning the round around. But the whole team, I would say, the whole team, 24, 21, 13, 12, 10 from the side of VIT Clippers, together they played exceptional. And along with 100 ping spike that Actual had, that's about done. I mean, if somebody is able to play in 100 ping, just imagine when he gets close to 20 ping in maybe online events, and when he goes into LAN, we might be looking into that. Like, we have been talking about those Cypher players who have been lurkers, who have been exceptional with their aims and even clutchers, right? We might end up seeing him being that, because we have talked about this, right? This tournament is about finding those exceptional teams and exceptional players, rising stars and rising teams. We might eventually find one of those players, right?
Yeah, I think we definitely did, to be honest. I mean, Axel was a really good on the Cypher there. Considering the fact that he had 100 plus ping, he was dealing a lot of damage. And Hardy and Azzy as well did their part in their team. But on the side of Chiyama Chasers, I don't know. I don't see. These are some new names, right? If I'm not wrong, these are not all the players, I believe. But let's say Faith sits on 15. Was doing a really good job at this beginning. A Trip on 12, Evil on 11, Drake on 9, Daichi on 8. 5 first bloods from Trip. So he did do his job as a duelist on the side of Chiyama Chasers, but there's only one duelist. Maybe that was a bad idea. But eight
It
first
needed to be
bloods on
double.
Harish, man. 8 first bloods on Harish, absolutely insane.
Yep, I agree with you. It should have been kind of a double the performance that Trip should have pulled up, being a single duelist. Daichi, on the other end, we have seen Daichi, right, from the side of CMR Chasers, has been a really good player. Did not have a great day on this phase 2 first matchup. Happens to the best of the players out there. So that's the reason, as a team needs to come up really well, play together. But I think that did not work out from the side of CMR Chasers, unfortunately. But yes, it's just their first match. So they do have a couple of more matches in the bag in their respective group. But the next matches that they play, they need to come out on top. If they lose any of those matches, you know what's going to happen. They're going to walk out of phase 2 with a very sad ending, because we had high hopes. I would say, I mean, pretty sure you also, Edge. They were a team who started off with a, I would say, low note and then topped it off completely to get a flawless victory in their group. So off to not a great start in the phase 2. Nonetheless, nothing to be worried about right now, because they, as you said, a lot more matches to come for them. But right now, match 1 done. Excited for looking forward to what is match 2 packing.
Match 2, it is gonna be DSU Panthers going head to head on against Pearl Wingers on the map of Essence. Once again, the classic map of Valorant. But yeah, Pearl Wingers, they are a really strong team. But you wanna know who else is strong? You wanna know who else is strong? DSU Panthers. A 5-0 in the group stages. That is just incredible. You know, the first game, I still remember the start of the tournament, 13-0. We knew that these players were capable of something, and I still know. I think Medusa and everyone else, they were. I mean, we were playing together a few days ago. They have some really cool strats in their book, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be, using all of them today against Pearl Wingers on the map of Essence. But once again, agent lineup is where it lies, right? And Lucy, what do you think? Sova, Sky, or Astros? Any of these will be picked up on either of these sides?
I think Sova should be, it's Sova's map, right? Sova should be picked from both the teams. But if they trade it off with the Sky, with her, I would say kind of buff, because they gave her those renewable flashes. So I think that's where Sky has slight advantage compared to Sova, with the huge nerf that he's got. His owl drone being costly, his ultimate also being costly. So there's a lot of times that they need to set him up for kills, and that's where his ultimates will come online, and that's where the whole team will have better cred. So it's going to be very crucial and very important on how these teams manage to match it up. But yes, before we head into the agent lineup itself, we see the agent selection screen as it pops up on a screen. With just the names, we know DSU Panthers are one hell of a brute force of a team. They have been ham on the opponent. Pearl Wingers have been nonetheless. They have been a really great team for the fight that they've put up. But with just those names, who do you think the first map should go off? I mean, the second match with the map of Ascent, who do you think should be able to top it off and take it away?
Well, I think my excitement should have already given it away. I mean, I'm rooting for DSU Panthers all the way. DSU Panthers all the way. And with that being said, I think, Lucy, you'll be sticking to Pearl Wingers?
Yep, let's keep it right. Let's have both the ends as casters. Let's have both the sides balanced rather than setting at one. But yes, I'm also looking forward to DSU Panthers. Not performance, I would say. I would say somebody trying to take them down, because as you said, true potential needs to be tested. There's a lot of fights that we need to look forward to. But DSU Panthers, the performances they have been put up, it has been exceptional through the phase one. There's not even a slightest chance of maybe even a single map or a matchup that they fought with that we thought, oh, DSU Panthers are not having a good day. DSU Panthers were on point in all their matches. There was, I would say, very difficult close competitions that we saw. Some teams did manage to get only a couple of rounds. I wouldn't say a lot, couple of rounds they grabbed. Pearl Wingers on the other end, the matches they had, there were dominant matches. There were a couple, I would say, maybe one close-up match that they had, and others were like close to 13-15. So they're also a dominant team, but as dominant teams fight off with each other, it's going to be exciting. I would say fireworks across, maybe a Raze also. I mean, Raze can work in this map. Astra and a Raze, or a Phoenix and a Raze that line up with a Paint Shell or a Molly with the Gravity Well. I think that's going to be something that I am looking forward to. What kind of a lineup are you expecting, Edge?
I mean, since I know DSU Panthers, few of the players, I know for a fact that Jet and Reina will be the one that are going to be picked on their side. But Pearl Wingers, let's see if they switch things up. And as you said, I'm also looking forward to that combos with Astra, you know, that Molly and Paint Shell. Either of those work. Maybe a Sky instead of a Sova would be really good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a Sage as well, and on both these teams, to be honest. But whatever the picks are, you know, the match is going to be really interesting. So guys, just get your popcorn, or I have my cup of tea here. So it's going to be really interesting. Just lay back and just enjoy the show. That's all I have to say here. Pearl Wingers and DSU, both of these teams are absolutely insane.
I agree with you completely. Grab all you want, because right now it's kind of the players are loading into the server. But in the meantime, for you viewers as well, I want to ask you guys the questions. If you guys have seen, or if you guys have not seen any of these teams, don't worry, you'll be seeing their performance today. But just with those names, who do you think has a chance of walking away with the map of Ascent? Put down your predictions there. But in the meantime, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button as well. That's where Good Game 1 is going to bring you a lot more college tournaments. So now Valorant is going on. After this, there's going to be other titles also being coming up, especially for the Phase 2. So make sure you're tuned in, because it's one hell of a day to start Phase 2 off. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be no dim days, because Phase 1 itself was so well to watch. Now heading into Phase 2, especially Match 1, we saw it was so good. We did not think that the side of VAT Clippers would kind of completely take away the victory there. I mean, even though it was attacker-sided map of heaven, it was VAT Clippers for the win. They took the defensive half so well. So I thought maybe a comeback was difficult. So nonetheless, but right now heading into DSU Panthers versus Pearl Wingers on the map of Ascent, the map which is, I would say, countless number of times being played from multiple teams, multiple players, solo queues. It's still, I would say, a lot of exploration to be done. It's still unexplored completely. We saw Professor SV, if I remember right, the lineup coming in from attacker spawn, like, so wait, what? How was that even possible? So there's a lot more things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I remember what you were talking about. But with that being said and done, I think the players are ready in the lobby, and so are we, Lucy, heading in to the agent selection here. It's gonna be DSU Panthers starting off on the attacker side, and Pearl Wingers on the defenders.
It's going to be very crucial as we see the agent selection. Again, a Sentinel being insta-locked along with a Jet. In Nochi, we have seen him. He's played that Jet really well. Marco has picked up the Killjoy. And Marco, if I remember rightly, he completely went ham just with a Judge to close their last matchup off. So he's back online. Let's look at what he has along with his teammate Sage. As usual, Thanos being picked up, Alibaba and Arena coming up. So no initiator on the side of Pearl Wingers. On the side of DSU Panthers, they're, I would say, not making that mistake. I would kind of say it's a mistake of not having an initiator, especially on the map of Ascent, is because you have no information when you're trying to play. So your defensive half needs to be very important. But to talk about DSU Panthers, to your Edge, because you are the one supporting them right now.
Ooh, DSU Panthers, their lineup, let's take a quick look at it. And as I already mentioned, Jet and Reyna there, obviously. And I'm pretty sure it's Medusa on Reyna and Zephyr on Jet. Yep, there you go. And we see, oh yeah, how did I forget Padma Priya there? Padma Priya, the infamous woman, I would call her. Yep. And then BO2 with his signature Phoenix once again. And Monkey is what I usually call, but then Lucy calls him Monk. So either way, he's going to be the big brain, Sova main. And that's going to be the lineup of DSU. And once again, it's pretty classic and 3 DOS meta on Ascent. Pretty old meta, but I think they're going to make it work nevertheless.
Yeah, very aggressive setup. And make it work. Immediately pops out of Inochi, and look at that, Medusa off to a great start. Will be not able to spot one person at switch. Marco will be able to take the unward, but Padma Priya will be able to immediately trade. But I really liked how Zephyr, he did not give second thoughts, he did not freak out there, he just went into sight. He made sure his teammate was
One
there to
enemy
trade.
remaining.
A little bit of shots being whipped from Thanos. Monk manages to get it online and correct it. But BO2 to end things off. I guess everybody from the side of DSU Panthers got a kill. But still, one round taken away immediately.
One round taken away. Indeed. First round on the board for DSU Panthers. And they have started off on the right foot. And okay, hold up. Marco. Yeah, we know that he's a really good judge player. So he's going to be picking up that judge and also the light shields. This is going to be really crucial and important and also interesting to see.
Judge, Marco. I think they just made together really well. Alibaba off to a great start, picks one off. The paranoia and so many utilities being dumped, but look at this, the backstab. Oh, very unfortunate. Monk was ready for that. Monk has seen another person. He's trying to fight it, but he'll not be able to come out on top. She will be able to pick up that kill, but Medusa along with Padma Priya have taken control of B side. The spike has come down. Now it's up to She, but will miss a lot of shots, and Medusa will not. And Medusa comes on top, and right now playing around with the new knife bundle. That's going to be the side of DSU Panthers. Good for another round.
DSU Panthers now 2-0. Marco is going to be sticking to the judge, yeah. Makes sense. He's a killer. He plays all his utilities, abilities, and then plays a really weird angle with the judge. You know, the jumping accuracy with the judge is really high, so that is he can be using that to his advantage. Zephyr is sticking to that ghost and light shields. Not really sure if that's a good idea.
Let's wait and watch. She spots two people at tiles. I guess not landing even a little bit of a damage, but right now the aggression, it's not stopping. DSU Panthers are not at all playing slow. Look at this, the owl drone is going to reveal so much information. They did not manage to destroy it, not sure why. They are kind of stuck at trees right now to make sure to make a comeback, but in the meantime A side control has been taken. Monk has picked up one kill on Marco immediately, and the defenders have been pushed back to their spawn. Things are not looking great. 5v4, BO2, beautiful pixel shot coming in for him. Will be able to pick one. Medusa picks up one. All of a sudden, a 5v2. And the third round, which should have been their full buy, is not working out.
Unfortunate. How did this happen? How did this happen? It was not supposed to, you know, turn out like it did. DSU Panther was supposed to at least, you know, have multiple players taken down, but they only had one. I think that was Medusa going down there. But apart from that, Pearl Wingers absolutely crumbled there. Marco is going to be sticking to the judge again. So it's an eco with upgraded pistols on everyone, but Marco will still have the judge with full shields this time, Lucy.
Let's see what they manage to do here. Right now, it's going to be very crucial for the side of Pearl Wingers. They've not been able to answer even a single round, not coming on top in terms of player advantage or player count. Again, 5v3 is where we are at, and again, the wall is going to do, but there is a gap, and BO2 finds that gap, gets that kill. Padma Priya finds one. Alibaba will be only good for one, but right now, Jet's position, Inochi, very difficult to fight out, and Monk, yes, he misses a couple of, but he will be able to reposition himself, and he's like, yeah, I got it. He's just going crazy right now because it's very difficult, right? I'm pretty sure viewers, you will agree, and as well as Edge, it's going to be very difficult for you to reposition when there's an opponent right in front of you that you have to reposition in your crosshair and get that kill. If you don't, you know you're going to go down, but that weapon advantage, I think, gave Monk the confidence to get that kill.
That is true. DSU Panthers, they are making everything work in their favor, and you're definitely right about that. Changing positions and then adjusting yourself to the situation. Not always easy, but look at that. Ooh, look at those flashes there, curveball, and also the paranoia. There's just no way that I mean, if there's a player there not being flashed, but yeah, that's gonna be a spike planted already. 45 on the clock, 44 versus 5 right now. The Thanos just took down BO2. Might actually get one more, or might actually get taken down. Medusa will get one. Empress being popped. He's in a really tough spot. Will go down to She. Zephyr will get the kill. Marco down to a 2 vs 3 with this bad advantage on the side of Paul Wingers. Actually, DSU Panthers now in a really tough spot. He does have the Hunter's really available, but Monkey will not be able to pull it off because it's going to be She coming out on top. And finally, a round going in the favor of Pearl Wingers. Really close one though.
Very close. I mean, I think it was Marco who had the judge, who went in for the close range fights. Things turned around. Otherwise, it was still looking difficult because if you saw Thanos, when he was at Rafters, he was perplexed. He did not know where he should look because he was getting spammed from hell. He did not know what he should do. He does not know where the damage is being shot from. How should he survive? Because he saw one player was right on his screen, but that player was like trying to tuck himself to safety at Gen. So that couldn't have been the player. So somebody is doing that. What should I do right now? What should my answer be? He was very confused, but his teammate managed to get it. But look at this. Oh no, Inochi just runs across front of Monk, and Monk will get that kill, but She with an immediate trade brings it back to a 4v4. But now Monk's position is known. It should be a kill coming through, but She is completely being boxed from two players at two different positions, and Medusa already picks up 2 kills and opens up
Enemy
a side.
remaining.
Zephyr is a beautiful dash coming in from him, but Marco's
Spike
position
planted.
is not known. He's not happy about it. He thought he could actually get the kill on the Jet, but look at this. He might actually get the kill on the Jet anyway. Never mind. He has the knife in his hand. Why does he have a knife in his hand? That is just unfortunate. But yeah, for DSU Panthers, everything looks good. Ooh, okay. Timeout coming in from Pearl Wingers. Now this is interesting. Any team that takes timeout, in my opinion, is a really good team.
And you're happy about it at the end of the day, right? Like they're actually managing to try and figure out what's going wrong and try to pull it back. Yep, it's going to be very crucial. Teams needs to start doing that, because if you try to keep fighting with your opponent, I would say head front, you're not thinking a lot about it. You're just going aggressive, and at a point you will start forgetting that you're playing a match and you're just trying to get frags. You need to get rounds, not frags. Yes, frags will yield the round, but not like you get 2 or 3 frags and then you die and your whole team also dies together. So it's going to be frags that you manage to take out everybody from the opponent. The timeout, very crucial for the side of Pearl Wingers, because with 6 rounds done, they've been able to answer for only 1. And again, they are at a very bad economy.
Very bad economy indeed. And DSU Panthers, they're gonna be happy with it, with themselves right now, at least for now. You know, 5-1. The game's not over yet. They're on the map of us, and they're on the side of attackers. And with 3 dealers, you know, they kind of have to get as many rounds as they can on the attacking side. Because once they switch to the defenders, things are not gonna be as easy as you think they might be. But let's see, because look at that. Look at Reyna's position towards shot. Up close with the Sheriff, with a beautiful singularity Sheriff tattoo. Can he make it work though? That's the question.
Only answers when those frags come through. But right now, the way DSU Panthers have been getting their way into side, there's literally no answer from the side of Pearl Wingers. Yes, they got one retake that they managed to execute because Marco close up, went in front, took those initial frags. Afterwards, look at this. Medusa waiting for that kill. BO2 picks up 1. Medusa is still at a shot. Picks up 1 more. Picks up a 3rd. And Medusa is not stopping. Marco is the last person surviving. It is at mid. He's going to pick up a kill on Monk. Very unfortunate for Monk. But as soon as the call has been given, I think Medusa should be good for a 4th. And it is. That's going to be the side of DSU Panthers. Not willing to stop even when one person goes down. They're not even let that person walk away with the rifle.
Yup, Medusa, my man, dealing a lot of damage, getting a quad for himself and boosting up his confidence, and also, you know, dealing a lot of damage to the side of Pearl Wingers, both mentally and economically as well. Because every time someone gets a quad kill against you, you kind of start questioning yourself, right? And if that happens on the side of Pearl Wingers, it's gonna be really hard for them. They're an operator. So let's see if that is the thing that was actually what's missing from the side of Pearl Wingers.
and watched right now, but the initial shots not connecting. Judge is going to be there. Inochi has come in for backup. Marco will be able to pick one. Inochi should be good for another, but no, Inochi goes down. Padma Priya and Zephyr are trying to clean up and take control of B side, and they manage to do it. Medusa picks up one. It's going to be the last player. Thanos has an operator. Now that they've read that the operator is in the hands of Thanos, look at Medusa, the confidence! He does not use any utility. He's like, I'm going to face off the operator right in front, and pops off a headshot of the person carrying the operator. I mean, personally, Edge, if somebody has an operator, when I'm trying to enter a site, I'm like, run, run, just run. I don't know where, but just run. Never going to face off an operator, because the sound itself is kind of a little bit scary, and with those other the skins, right, the skins coming in, it's even more scarier to hear sound from anywhere for an operator.
Get out of my way!
Yeah, that is true. Sometimes the operator sound is scary, but look at this. That blade storm being popped from the players of both wingers, and right now Alibaba using coming out of shadows towards that back flank. So what? Does it predict this? It does, but it's gonna get taken down nevertheless. Medusa gets one, Beauty gets one, another one. Zephyr with the Blaze Storm will get the kill on the sheet, and Lockdown has actually been destroyed. Padma will actually use the coming out of shadows to get the information. Zephyr right clicks Marco out of the server. That's gonna be the 8th round on the board for DSU Panthers. 7-round lead. This 7-round lead looks like another dominant performance from DSU Panthers.
Looks like DSU Panthers want to keep the statement they've made in phase 1 going around, making circles in phase 2 as well. They have been very dominant, and having a triple duelist setup, they don't have, I would say, they don't have any sentinels either to try and heal themselves or try to make lurks. But the brute force coming in from the side of DSU Panthers, they're not letting the side of Pearlwingers find any other execution openings. And again, Zephyr, initially, the first blood, always in the favor of DSU Panthers.
Oh, BO2. Ooh. BO2 is good for 2 with the running back. He actually comes back to his body, but instantly gets killed by Amos. He was already on with the flank, and she will actually get the kill on the Medusa. He gets one, dismisses out, but Zephyr will make sure he dismisses she from the server. That's going to be the 9th round on the board for DSU Panthers. And 1-9. Pearlwingers, they kind of have to start worrying right now. Kind of have to reevaluate what they're doing. They are unable to put up with the pushes of DSU Panthers. They have to just play in the back lanes, right? In the back lanes there. Marco always the first one getting killed, or it was Inoichi on A side. So both these players should just, I mean, everyone should just play from the back lane. Let them enter, maybe play the retake, or maybe just let them enter and then take it from there on. Because if they're peeking, they cannot peek aggressive. They're being taken down, and there's no trades or no covers whatsoever, unfortunately, for the side of Pearlwingers.
The side of DSU Panthers they're ready for the fight. They're not thinking twice about doing something. They're heading right in, getting those frags, taking control. But right now, they have managed to slow down the force. But right now, this was not expected for them to go in for aggressive attack. They came back to an advantage by that resurrection. But still, again, Inochi is going in for the fight. He's getting tagged up multiple times, only a little. But again, he goes in. Now, again, gives away his life. It's going to be very, very sad to watch this. Medusa on the flank will be able to take control of a shot. But Paranoia beautifully connects. And now they manage to take their way to a different site. They're driving it to a different site, and the site that they're going into is completely clear. There's going to be a couple of utilities as they try to enter, but I think if they go in from mid, it's going to be completely clear for the taking.
They have the information that there's someone towards the city.
30 seconds left.
So Zephyr is kind of low as well, and if that judge comes out right now, oh my lord, will take down Medusa and Zephyr. Boy, it's gonna be Monkey with a trade onto Alibaba there. Now in a 2 vs 2 situation, the spike will be planted, but look at this, Padma Priya, unfortunately this time will not be landing the shots. Why does she have only a sheriff? Okay, why does she have only a sheriff? I mean, It's not like they have no economy.
Something to think about for Padma Priya. Maybe she forgot to buy a weapon. I mean, with so many things going around, she was ready for a lot of things, but not a weapon maybe. But let's wait and watch what happens, because that's going to be the second round that the side of Pearl Wingers will be able to put up on the scoreboard. But right now, DSU Panthers still off to a 7-round lead. Right now, DSU Panthers are not slowing down their performance. Yes, the round went away, but they're still ready for the fight. There's no, I would say, even a second being slowed, but right now the utility usage is better from the side of Pearl Wingers. They're able to slow down the force coming in from the side of DSU Panthers. They're blocking their way, and I think this is where the side of DSU Panthers, if they are let to be aggressive, go on for an attack, they will be exceptional. The aim is good. They're going to take up the fights that they want, convert it on top, but if they're slowed down, they're kind of a little bit wary on how to play the slow game.
Ooh. They are for a slow game. But yeah, second round on the board for Pearl Wingers, and now DSU Panthers, unfortunately, are kind of falling apart, but they still have a 7-round lead, right? And this is the final round of the first half. So Pearl Wingers, they kind of have to get this in their bag. Beautiful paranoia by Alibaba onto Padma Priya. She did not see that coming at all. Zephyr down to 30 points of health. There's nothing. He should not be able to touch that 1v3, 1v5. He gets one, pulls it down to a 1v4. Actually, 2 players are low on Pearl Wingers. So if she does manage to, I mean, if Jet manages to get a couple of kills here, that would be really amazing. But I think they're kind of, I think that's just a bit too much. And he actually spams through the box. But Marco is ready for it. Will pop out the head of Zephyr, make it 3-9. Still a 6-round lead for TFC Panther. But now we'll be switching sides. 3 duelists on the side of defenders. What do you think about this, Lucy?
Again, this is the same thing that the side of DSU Panthers are going to carry. We have seen them aggressive on the attack, aggressive on the defense, because they don't have any sentinels. They cannot risk playing slow. If they try to play slow, they don't have any utilities to slow down the opponent. Whereas we saw Pearl Wingers figured it out, the only way to slow down, the only way to get rounds is to slow down the side of DSU Panthers. They did that, converted 3 rounds. Yes, the first round they did not have, I would say, that kind of a thought, but the second and third round they managed to slow them down brilliantly and got it. But right now the heavy attack coming in from the side of Pearl Wingers is concentrated at A. BO2 with a beautiful flash with 5 people being flashed off. She will be able to still get that kill because BO2 was very greedy to get that kill, but the first tag goes away, and maybe make it the second as well, because it's going to be a 5v3 and the spike should come down very soon. Inochi is going way too aggressive for the fight.
Not see that coming in with the flash tap. Will actually get the kill onto Inochi and will go down to She. Right now, Pearl Wingers to make a comeback. Will be She getting the final kill onto Medusa, makes it 4-9. And Pearl Wingers, they actually might pull this round as well into their favor. So we're looking at a potential 5-9. And after that, if DSU pull it back, then double the scoreline will be coming into play, and then Pearl Wingers might have to start worrying. But until then, Pearl Wingers, they have a lot of work to do for sure.
A lot of work to be done, but starting it off on pistol is going to be better than ever, right? They've got that. They'll be having an advantage right now in terms of an economy, so this needs to be a free round that they manage to convert. But the Sheriff, if it lands a dink, that's going to change matters, but BO2 instead will be get hit. The switch will be closed, and Nochi comes in from trees, and surprise, he says, takes on BO2, but the wall this time was not that great. It was not put up really well. Inochi still good for another one, goes in for the third, but Medusa and Zephyr will be able to clean up tree control, but Marco is answering back, but he right now is boxed off at 2 different angles. He'll be able to still pick one more, but Monk answers. Right now a 2v2. She, if he goes in, becomes a little bit aggressive. He needs to fight out with a Judge. Judge at any HP is always going to be good, and look at that, Monk still managed to come out on top of it, and it's going to be She right now, but it's going to be a Spectre that he's picked up, and She, the position was not given. Beautiful play, waited for the opportunity, and right now they managed to convert it, but a lot of damage edge has been done from the side of DSU Panthers on this round. It should have been a free round, but they make it way too costly.
Yup, that was a costly round. It didn't go into the favor of Pearl Wingers, but the damage was dealt, right? The damage has been dealt onto us, the Pearl Wingers there by DSU Panthers, and now we see an Odin. Okay,
Right here.
Monkey with the Odin. So we have Marco with the Judge, a weird gun.
Standing ahead.
I mean, not a weird gun, but yeah, something that you usually don't see. And now we have an Odin picked up a Monkey. What do you think about this, Lucy?
We saw an Oren in the last matchup. It was for phase 1 from, I guess, Bennett Unstoppables, where, if you remember, Edge, we know this name, Whiff Lord, who's nowhere close to whiffing anything, right? He just played all the rounds with the Odin and he completely decimated the opponent. There was no way somebody could enter any site if there was Whiff Lord with an Odin. So if somebody plays like that, I am really happy about it. But if they don't get their shots on point, if they're unable to stop the force coming in, it's going to be a hard one. And there, I think it did not work out. Thanos will be able to do a little bit of a damage, and Thanos has already control. He picks up one, he
Last
picks...
player standing.
Oh no, Zephyr and Medusa come in. They manage to change things and they bring it back in their control. And I think this full buy round is working in the favor of DSU Panthers. Marco with the Judge. We have seen this man to clutch things out when he has teammates to play around,
30
because they
seconds
will be
left.
driving all the attention and he can play around with the Judge. But right now, having the Judge with any fight, he does not look like he can convert it because nobody's close to him.
Yep, right now it doesn't look like he can actually convert it. But that reload, oh, now that gave away his position. He's gonna jump out. He actually bailed
10
out his
seconds
turret.
left.
Now they're waiting for him to peek. He will actually get one. Might get another one as well. That is if Jet peeks. Never mind, that's not gonna be the case. It's gonna be just Medusa going down now. He will be saving it. They don't mind letting him save. Judge, you know, he did not swap the weapon, saving the Judge into the 16th round. While there's 10 rounds on the board for DSU Panthers. This is not looking good.
I agree with you. Double digits online. Monk. The Oren coming in, it should have worked, but he did not know where to look. They were completely going into sight, but the timing from Medusa and Zephyr to peek out and get control of B main was very crucial. Otherwise, if Thanos would have taken control of B side, that means their teammates would have started coming in and things would have turned around. But Bladestorm right now being popped. Inochi gets a little bit of a damage. Is that by a molly being tossed from BO2? Not sure. We did not see that screen earlier. But yet Bladestorms are online. Monkey along with BO2 are playing to add A side. So it should be possible to take it over. But those smokes will prevent any kind of vision and entry to the site.
Yeah, it is going to prevent. Look at that. I mean, the smokes and the shock darts coming in, and that's a beautiful flash coming in from BO2 as well. Will take down the turret, and the drone instantly destroyed. Okay, a bit of a wall bang, dealing a bit of damage. You know, she kind of down to what, 80 points of health. She's low as well. But it's a full buy round from DSU once again. They'll be breaking that door instantly, and BO2 takes a bit of damage. Will heal himself up with the blaze wall. There, you know, Chi will actually land a beautiful headshot onto BO there. 40 seconds on the clock, and now it looks like they'll be rotating really fast towards that B bomb side.
Very fast rotate is indeed coming in, but there's going to be Padma Priya at mid. If somebody is trying to enter mid without checking, that's going to be very crucial. But Marco, look at Marco's position. Padma Priya spotted that very unfortunate timing. Two people trying to spray her across. Zephyr will be able to get that kill. Back to a 4v4. Medusa picks up another. Good for it. Empress has been popped. She's heading into side. She spots all the three players and picks up one. Monk with another. It's all up to Alibaba to survive. Just with a classic. He shows it to the opponent, but the opponent says, "You're just for the show. We are here for the kills." And that's going to be the 11th coming online for the side of DSU Panthers.
That's going to be the 11th round on the board for DSU Panthers and Pearl Wingers. It's going to be a buy round coming in from them, but nothing's going in their favor once again. On the defensive part and now on the attacking as well. DSU, as I already said, they have a lot more in store for us, and this is just one of the things that they're good at, you know, being dominant. 11-5. One more round, and we'll be moving on to the match point. Phase 2, match number 2. And DSU Panthers once again putting up one hell of a performance. I'm pretty sure they're happy with it.
I agree with you. They're putting up one hell of a performance, but the score line right now is kind of varied. Pearl Wingers have managed to grab a couple of rounds, but Medusa still surviving. They managed to trade it out on Medusa, but Monk with that Odin is going to spray two people down, but it's back to a 2v2. But Marco still has a judge to play around. Has he changed up that weapon? I think he has. He's gone into sight, so this should be highly possible. But BO2 and Zephyr are going to box Alibaba. Alibaba was waiting for a market push, but very unfortunate right now. It's all up to Marco. He still has the judge. He's able to pick one, and I think he should be able to take this round. He should be denying match points, but they're looking forward to take down the Nano Swarm. BO2 will be denied out of it. It's going to be a 1v1 situation. Edge, do you think Marco has a chance here? He does!
He definitely
He
does.
connects.
Yep. He connects that. Oh my god, that's exactly why he wants to play with Judge. He picks it up, gets a kill on the Zephyr, and then turns around, makes a long rotation there, a bit of a long rotation towards the lane area. Will pop off on BO2 there and secures the 6th round on the board, denying the match point for DSU Panthers and Pearl Wingers. Maybe that's the cue for them. And right now, the economy, look at that. A Marshal and the Judge on the side of DSU.
Revealing area.
Right now, the side of DSU Panthers are good for, I would say, a couple of eco rounds because they are at a huge round differential of 5. I mean, not very huge, which they would have appreciated, but Alibaba is rightly walking in the BO2, and it's going to be BO2 coming on top, but an immediate trade, very crucial. But look at Padmapriya slowly pushing in. I think they spotted him out, and it's going to be taken down, and Thanos will be able to get back Alibaba onto the feet, but there's going to be Blade Storm. They might be walking right into the Blade Storm. They put the wall up, and Zephyr will be able to back off, but with a very unfortunate right click. Monk with a beautiful shock dart lines up, gets one kill, but I think they've taken side control. Inochi with a trade Medusa on the backstab, but the spike is going to be planted nonetheless.
Last player standing.
Spike's gonna get planted. That's gonna be a 2 versus 4. Never mind. Inochi will actually get both of those kills. Makes it 7-11 for Pearl Wingers. And right now, DSU Panthers, they still have a really good lead, 4-round lead. And they also have enough money to invest into this round. I see an Operator picked up. And yeah, it's gonna be 2 Spectres, couple of Vandals. But Marco, he's playing the entire game on a goddamn Judge. And he has 14 frags, the second highest in his team. That is absolutely nuts. But he's going to be sticking to that. Look at this. Look at this boost coming in from Inochi. Ooh. But of no use, unfortunately. As of now. Ooh, he's going to tag his own teammate. Ouch. That's gonna hurt. So
You should run.
looks like the attacking killjoy will be popping off the ult. How did Medusa get that kill? There is no way he should be going away with it. And he's actually going to be a detained. That's a bait detain coming in. Run it back will be used, and Medusa doesn't want to give away his position. That's exactly why he's going to stay there. And Alibaba will get the kill on the BO2's ultimate. Zephyr, oh no, will get the kill. Marco once again with the Judge. Boom, boom. Gets the kill on the Medusa and Padmapriya just like that from a 5v2 down to a 3v2. But still, man advantage to the side of DSU Panthers. Oh no, what are you doing, Marco? And that's going to be coming into shadows. Coming out of shadows there, Alibaba will be on site. He knows that Zephyr is towards shot, but I think Zephyr does not exactly... No, he's going to hear the spike plan right now. And he's ready. He's ready for it. Towards the left, and Zephyr is not going to miss it. Will take care of the kill. 4 kills in the round for him. And DSU Panthers, 12 rounds on the board. Match point here, Lucy.
Match point.
Match point, man. Wow. The side of Pearl Wingers are not making this easy, but DSU Panthers still still are trying to take this victory as soon as possible. Pearl Wingers still need 5 rounds back to back, but the economy is kind of falling down, and this is their last round for them to put anything on board. If they even do the slightest of the mistake, it's gone, done and dusted. Zephyr as an operator, the Lear is ready. The lead gets popped out, but Zephyr is way too quick. He pops off a shot, and it's BO2 to receive a little bit of damage, but will walk back. So he does have a molly, should be able to heal himself.
Should be able to heal himself indeed. But now in a 4 vs 5, DSU Panda with the man advantage early into the round. 1 minute 20 seconds on the clock. They only need one more round. This round, and it's all done and dusted. 13-7, that's a really good scoreline. You know, especially against a team like Pearl Wingers. Not something that I would expect, but yeah, I mean, it's DSU Panthers. So everything goes out the window when you're playing against them. At the same time, they're performing really, really well. But look at that positioning coming in from a moment towards that beast. Oh no, recon, just break it, goddammit. Killjoy's position has been given away, and right now, I think they are okay with it. So let's see what happens.
I think they want to get the information right now, Edge, because they want to try and drive kind of the side of DSU Panthers out of their position, because we know DSU Panthers are kind of the aggressive players. So looking forward to drive them out, and now that they did not come out, they're trying to make their own executions happen. Now BO2 is missing a lot of shots, but he's going to reposition, get that kill on a Thanos, very important. But right now they bring it back to a 3v3. The Bladestorm's being popped, the operator's still online, but they have sight. No, they don't. They don't clear Monk, and Monk completely rips them open. The spike carrier has been taken out, and 13 seconds in the clock. It's all Alibaba right now. Alibaba picks up one kill, but there's a backstab. Alibaba had a chance to take that round, but BO2 with a beautiful backstab. DSU Panthers take this match 2 of day 1 to victory.
Oof. Boy, DSU Panthers, as expected though, and rightfully so. I rooted for them. They delivered. But taking a look at the scoreboard, it's going to be Inochi on top of the scoreboard for Pearl Wingers with 13 frags, 50 econ rating, 4 first bloods. He did his job as a duelist there. But Marco was the impressive one, the highest number of frags, 16. And half of the time, not half of the time, most of the time, basically every single time, he had a goddamn judge in his hand. He also has a first blood and 2 plants. She, with 15 kills, 51 econ rating, has 1 first blood. I Am Thanos has 1 as well. Alibaba has 1. They both have 6 and 8 kills respectively. But then moving on to DSU Panthers. As usual, Medusa on top, 25-13, 1.9 KDR, and then 5 first bloods. Zephyr. Okay, I'm just going to pronounce it Zephyr for now. 22-11, 2 KD, 3 first bloods. Monkey, 18-11, 115 econ rating, has 2 first plus as well. BO2 did a really good job. He was a support duelist. He was doing really good, 13 kills and 2 first plus. Padmapriya, once again, the smokes were on point, the flashes were on point, the ultimate gathering information was on point. Maybe not the aim, maybe not the game, but everything else was there from her. 5 kills for her, 29 econ rating, and 10 plans. Look at that, Lucy. 10 plans.
Objective play. That's called objective play. Padma Priya, I said that's my objective, that we need to get the spike down, and Padma Priya puts the spike down, and 10 plans. I mean, I was about to say that Padma Priya was not having a great day, but at the end of the day, she was going in for the objective play, being on the attack, got that spike down, and their team was doing what they needed to do, get the round victory. So even though it's not a great say for this, I mean, Padma Priya and as well DSU Panthers have kind of witnessed that there's going to be some teams that can answer back to them. I'm pretty sure DSU Panthers, where they thought of this matchup where they could maybe walk away with a 13-1 or 2, the fight came till 13-7, and maybe probably could have come down to 13-10, but the timing was a little bit better from the side of DSU Panthers compared to the side of Pearl Wingers, and they managed to pull it back all in their hands. Inochi tried to do as much as possible. As I said, Marco, I mean, if you feel good with a weapon, that's what they managed to do. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, it's going to be DSU Panthers who come on top, take away their first match. And again, just as we said in the previous matchup, Pearl Wingers have lost their first match, but Pearl Wingers do have a chance in the next upcoming matches. But again, as we head into second, third matches, it's all do or die, right? If you lose one match, if you don't show up really well, your playoff chances are gone to zero. Because if you have come up so good after such a brilliant fight that you have put up, especially I would say this is one of the closest fights we have seen till now in front of DSU Panthers. So Pearl Wingers have a lot to do, but they need to start, I would say, grinding. Always get back to the grind.
It is true. I mean, Pearl Wingers, they were playing against a really good team that is DSU Panthers, and DSU Panthers, as we all know, is really, it's a big powerhouse, is what I feel like. And Pearl Wingers, then nothing less, but maybe you were right about that. Miscommunication, maybe a bit more grind is necessary. The coordination was just wasn't there today. And phase 2, match number 2, DSU Panthers, they showed up huge, 13 rounds, just like that. It was pretty easy for them, right? 13-7 was it, the scoreline? So that scoreline against a team like Pearl Wingers is really, really good. And at the same time, that is boosting their confidence moving on to the next matches. Phase 2, only 4 teams from these 8 teams will be moving on to those playoffs. So every game is important. It's not like the phase 1 anymore. I mean, where you have a lot of games. Here, you don't have a lot of games, guys. Every game is important. Every single round and every point is important.
Your chances are lesser right now. I mean, you had a lot of chances because 30 days the phase 1 was, you had a lot of teams that you could fight off with, maybe work it out, but right now you don't have. In your respective groups, that's going to be only 4 teams, so close to 3 matches that you'll be getting as a team. You need to come up really well. So the chances are less, but that does bring us to the end of phase 2's day 1. There's day 2, day 3, a lot more in the days coming in, because the matches are just getting intense. Because I really expected this matches to be really intense and highly contested, and that's what we saw. Both the Heaven as well as the Ascent map, it was brilliant to watch. There was a little bit of comebacks. There was a little bit of situations where we saw teams making mistakes. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the side of VIT Clippers as well as the side of DSU Panthers taking away their victory flags. But that does make us eager for day 2. But with that, we call this for an end. This is going to be me, Lucifer, along with Edge, signing out for phase 2, day 1. And we'll be catching you guys on day 2.
Good night. Ayo, Fox. He can actually get multiple kills here if he just follows trigger discipline. Gets 1, gets 2. He's on, hopefully so. Because if they lose this round, we're going into a match point. Oh no, that's 1. Reina gets another in game, right? It's the gameplay and the game sense. Because look at this, Alibaba 1 versus 4. So 1 versus right now, and I think Alibaba actually knows that this is happening right now, and Ray is ready for it. Actually, what? Okay! Oh my god, that was... how it works out.
30 seconds left.
How are you turning this around, TJ, with the 3rd kill on a follow-up? Utta Cheems has the spike. He needs to run away from this position. He's trying to fight for his life. In the meantime, Viper, oh my god, misses with a crosshair, and it's TJ on the 4th one. Open again and then get a kill. And look at him again. He comes in, he gets a kill. There's a backstab happening, but nobody's reading it right. 2 people have gone down, and after 2 people, they're reading it now. And still going in. It's going to be a 3rd one, 4th one. Another ace
He's
coming in from him, probably. What?
He's on for the ace. He might actually get that as well. No, once again, he's behind you. Look.